Let's Green, Digital and Animate Rural Inclusive Territories. Funded by the European Union. Views and opinions expressed are, however, those of the authors only and do not necessarily reflect those of the European Union or the ANPCDEFP. Neither the European Union nor the ANPCDEFP can be held responsible for them. Module 3. Create and maintain relations with community stakeholders. Story. Building bridges, mastering negotiation, and conflict resolution in rural community development.
The foundations of strategic negotiation.
The Community Learning Center's launch will need complex discussions. We'll need to be very clear about our objectives, recognize our limitations, and foresee the requirements and demands of the community and local authorities. A carefully considered plan and a clear knowledge of what we can and cannot compromise on are the first steps in any successful negotiation.
Thus, it comes down to having a clear vision and being ready to modify our strategy in light of stakeholder talks. Finding a middle ground requires an understanding of both our and their positions.
Negotiating with empathy.
We must be sensitive to the farmers' concerns and work to align them with the goals of our project when negotiating land usage with them. It's about showing each other respect and working together to create a solution that recognizes their means of subsistence and advances the community. Our plans must be presented in a way that emphasizes the advantages that we all enjoy.
Hence, having a conversation that incorporates our goal for the Learning Center while also honoring their requirements. It's all about developing a relationship based on trust, correct?
Reaching a mutually beneficial settlement in location conflicts.
This disagreement about the center's location is an excellent example of the need of our conflict resolution abilities. We must actively listen, comprehend the practical and emotional components of the issues brought up, and guide the conversation in the direction of a resolution that takes into account everyone's points of view. Finding a unique approach that takes into account the main worries of all sides is frequently the goal of conflict resolution.
I understand. It's important to demonstrate the community that we value their opinions and are prepared to collaborate to find a solution that works for everyone, in addition to basically fixing the current problem.
A collaborative approach.
We must match the perspectives of the local educators with our instructional objectives during these discussions. It involves developing a curriculum that, while adhering to our vision, meets the educational needs of the community. This involves taking an inclusive approach to program development, being receptive to recommendations, and being prepared to modify our ideas.
So, it's a dynamic negotiation process where our flexibility and willingness to incorporate local expertise can lead to a more robust and community-focused program.
Aligning interests for mutual benefit.
One of the most important things about this endeavor is getting funding. It includes understanding the interests of possible contributors, outlining the advantages of the Learning Center, and making a strong argument that supports their objectives. In this situation, effective negotiation focuses on establishing common ground, communicating clearly, and comprehending one another's motivations.
So, it's essential to not only present our vision compellingly, but also to understand and appeal to the funders' interests and values, right?
Balancing diverse perspectives.
The goal of today's workshop is to combine a variety of concepts and develop them into an overall layout for the Learning Center. It's a kind of discussion where we must evaluate many viewpoints and aspirations in order to design a space that can accommodate a range of requirements. Here, effective cooperation entails maintaining an open mind, evaluating several proposals, and coming up with a single, cohesive vision.
So, it's about negotiating not just in terms of reaching an agreement, but also in merging these diverse ideas into a single, cohesive plan.
Navigating project setbacks.
We need to rethink deadlines and maybe even some project components due to these delays. It all comes down to remaining flexible and identifying different routes to our destination. Expert negotiators are able to overcome these obstacles while maintaining focus on the main goals of the project and the interests of all parties involved.
So, in these situations, flexibility and the ability to come up with creative solutions are key to keeping the project on track.
Oriented agreement closure.
It's critical that everything we've negotiated be written out and understood precisely when we close these agreements. In order to ensure that the agreements truly reflect the negotiations and that there are no confusions, this phase is all about paying attention to detail. It represents the highest point of our work, securing our future, as well as our obligations to the project.
Therefore, thoroughness and clarity are crucial at this stage, to ensure that all parties are on the same page and committed to the project's success.
Community Learning Center opening.
This celebration celebrates not just the center's opening, but also the accomplishment of our efforts to resolve conflicts and negotiate throughout the project. We have negotiated difficult conversations, overcome obstacles, and come up with solutions that respected the interests of all concerned parties. This facility is proof of the value of effective dialogue, compromise, and group problem solving.
It's so satisfying to see the community come together to celebrate this accomplishment. It draws attention to the significance of our work as well as the abilities we've acquired and used in negotiation and conflict resolution. Our upcoming projects will benefit greatly from this experience.
Scenario realized by Synthesis Center for Research and Education. Technical design realized by Edu4.